Hello everybody, this is Pyra, and as of this morning, we just received a special site and some extra information about the Monster Hunter Wilds Final Fantasy XIV collaboration that is going to be taking place on Final Fantasy XIV. Now, of course, there will be a Final Fantasy XIV kind of infiltrating Monster Hunter Wilds. However, this is just going to be going over what's coming to our game, Final Fantasy XIV. And kind of disclaimer before we jump right in, I have not played Monster Hunter Wilds at all. Monster Hunter in general, I've maybe played an hour of ever, so there may be references that I miss. I apologize, but we're just going to look at the special site and kind of just announce what is coming in that they've told us so far and what we can look forward to. So first of all, early October. We have kind of a time frame of early October. The date of this video was recorded on September 19th, so we could probably expect this in the next 3 weeks, sometimes within the next 2 to 3 weeks. I expect that we can expect this in-game collaboration. Of course, this is the second Monster Hunter collaboration with Final Fantasy XIV, and I believe this is the first one for Wilds. Now it says Guardian Arkveld descends. And if you scroll down, we can kind of see an overview of what we're getting. They're kind of giving us a little bit of everything that we're getting. The first is going to be this trial, the Windward Wilds. So we are getting a trial fight called the Windward Wilds, and it says a mysterious mark bill finds its way into your hands, sparking a hunt for otherworldly prey alongside your Phalm client. I probably am butchering that, but Phalm client and dependable secret steed. You soon discover your target is none other than the dread Guardian Arkveld, Bane of Hunters. With a hearty meal of grilled meat and a generous supply of mega potions in hand, the hunt for the White Wraith is on. And a little bit more information about this as well. Average item level will need to be 725, and it does announce this below, but what that pretty much means is that you have to be level 100. So this is going to be a fight for the most current content, Dawn Trail, level 100 content, and with the trial as well, we will also be receiving an extreme version of the Windward Wilds. Of course, as all extreme versions are, it'll be harder in mechanics. There will probably be loot drops from this versus the normal, and the item level average requirement has gone up. It will need to be 740. Rewards, there is a confirmation that we are getting weapons from this. So it just shows off a couple of the options here. This one looks like it is a Viper weapon and a Dark Knight weapon, if I am understanding it correctly. And then they also show off, I believe this is a Dragoon Lance, and then I don't know what this is. That looks like a Black Mage stance? As a Black Mage main, this looks like a Black Mage stance, but this weapon looks crazy to hell. So I'm like, please don't let that be Black Mage, because that looks insane. That looks like it should be maybe a warrior axe that's kind of more like a hammer, but we'll have to see. Yeah, and that's kind of all they gave us so far relating to the gear, but at least we know every job will have its own weapon associated. And we will also have the mount. So I actually got to ride one of these things at New York Comic Con 2024 because they had a Monster Hunter section, and I just call it essentially like a rainbow chocobo. I know there's a name. Please educate me in the comments because I don't know what this is called, but I know it's a Monster Hunter Wilds, and we will be getting this as a mount in-game. Probably from the extreme trial, if I had to guess, if it goes kind of like normal extremes. However, no confirmation yet on how the rewards will be disseminated between the normal and the extreme version of the fight. And we will also be getting some minions. So this kind of firefly looking thing, as well as this, whatever the fuck this chicken is. I don't. Again, please, Monster Hunter fans, I'm begging you, tell me what this is because I am so confused. This is like cute, and then the face is a little too detailed. It's like, ooh, I don't know about that one. But we're getting minions. I mean, they're giving us a lot of stuff, so honestly, I'm here for it. And then the last thing that they show us at least is housing items. So I wasn't expecting us to get so many different options of things, especially after the Rathalos fight being just the mount. But this time it looks like we're getting a few housing outdoor items. This looks like a little tent situation here. A little kind of like lean-to tent with like a treasure coffer underneath. Grilled like lamb chops or something on the grill. A little stool. And the cutest looking, what I have to imagine is a striking dummy, but a cat. Very cute. And obviously, because these look like they're just outdoor housing items, because A, it is outdoors, B, of course, you see the residential fencing right here. So a handful of housing items, which is very surprising, but honestly really cool. And then it just says and more. So shockingly, there will be more options. I don't know if they just mean more in terms of like weapons to show off, but a good amount of items for a crossover. I'm not gonna lie. A good amount of like different items too. Like a lot of crossovers, we've gotten things like the Yokai Watch collab, where it's just like a bunch of minions and weapons. However, like it's just a minion or weapon per class. But this one looks like it's kind of a wide array of things, from housing to minions, mount, weapons, you name it. So a lot of interesting pieces that they're bringing in the game. And then down below, of course, how to participate. So, I love their steps. Create a character and reach level 100. Like, that's just the next step. There's so much more. There's so much to do to get to level 100, which I know that they don't think it's as easy as that, but it's just so funny. Like, step 1, create character. Step 2, be at the end of the game. But I digress. Either way, if you are level 100, you can participate in this crossover. If you are not, you will need to get to level 100 in order to do it. And you also have to complete the main scenario quest, Dawn Trail. So the base expansion, as we know it, of Dawn Trail will have to be completed in order for you to access this quest, as well as the item level requirements to do the normal and extreme trials. If you are a new player of this game, and you are trying to reach this point, just know it will take a while. There are ways to kind of like rush through it. I personally do not recommend trying to rush through it to get to this point. I understand maybe if you're like a really big Monster Hunter fan and you're just trying out Final Fantasy XIV, it may seem appealing to just like get this stuff really quick. However, somebody who's played Final Fantasy XIV for over a decade, there's a lot of really good content in the game. So I almost dislike the fact that it is so high up in the game, just because like I don't want people rushing through the story to get here. It's such a good game. Like don't rush it. So that's my only like piece of advice there. Take it or leave it. And then if you want to know more about Omega, so Omega from Final Fantasy XIV infiltrating Monster Hunter Wilds, there is a little link. You can learn more there. I'm not going to be covering that for the time being, however, maybe in a future video. But if you want this link to this whole special page with all of this information, I'll link it in the description below. As we see the new content come out, I will definitely be live streaming and posting some of it. And if you like more Final Fantasy XIV news, updates, tips, tricks, etc., hit that like button and consider hitting that subscribe button. It means a lot to me and it helps build the channel. And I do everything in Final Fantasy XIV, from casual content all the way through Savage and Ultimate rating. And yeah, I'm live like most days of the week, so come hang out on YouTube and Twitch. And thanks so much for watching, friends. We will see you in game. Bye!